I'm joined by two of Hamburg's finest here, Detective Sergeant Howie Widman and Captain Nick Ugle, both of the Hamburg Police Department. I want to first and foremost thank the outstanding efforts by the Hamburg Police Department for what they did yesterday in putting together this alleged crime and getting to where we are at today. As those of you who were in court this afternoon in Hamburg Town Court know, there was a extremely unfortunate incident that occurred on Saturday evening going into Sunday morning. Yesterday, the basic facts of the alleged matter are that there were 6 individuals who took part in an alleged scheme to lure the victim to a wooded area on Hertz Road there in Lakeview, New York, Hamburg, New York. I have a reason why these young men and women wanted to lure him to this area. I am just not, at this time, not going to articulate that and get into it because that is, quite frankly, a key part of the evidence that I don't want to divulge right now. But allegedly, the basic fact pattern is that all of these individuals were together at some point in the evening. The 3 girls and 3 guys. The 3 girls dropped off the guys in a wooded area there on Heltz Road there in Lakeview. It's Heltz, H-E-L-T-Z. The guys got out of the car and waited in the wooded area, and then the 3 girls went and picked up the victim at a different location and then brought him back to the location where they allegedly had dropped off the boys. When they got to the wooded area there off of Heltz Road, the people got out of the car, including the victim. Once the victim got out of the car, the 3 boys now came out of the woods and came at the victim. One of the 3 boys allegedly punched the victim as he was trying to scramble back into the vehicle, presumably for safety. Another one of the young men, not the puncher, then allegedly got in the vehicle and then inside the vehicle allegedly stabbed the victim inside the vehicle. The body was then allegedly left in the vicinity, and the 6 individuals, 3 boys and 3 girls, then took off in the vehicle back to an apartment there in Hamburg, New York. All 6 of these individuals have been arrested. They were arraigned this afternoon in Hamburg Town Court. 26-year-old Jared Adamski of the village of Hamburg. He was arraigned on 1 count of manslaughter in the 1st degree and 1 count of assault in the 2nd degree. The other 5 individuals who allegedly took part in this conspiracy were charged with 1 count of assault in the 2nd degree under the theory of accomplice liability. First question that may come to your mind is that why were the 5 individuals who were allegedly part of this but did not take part in the actual stabbing, why are they only charged with assault under the accomplice liability theory and not the manslaughter? The answer to that question is that the evidence that we have right now only proves the assault accomplice liability theory beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. The homicide is still under investigation. An active investigation is still occurring. There may be additional charges, there may be upgrading of charges, there may be downgrading of charges. As I've said before on many occasions, whenever we get now into the next phase of the investigation, additional charges or different charges may be added on, upgraded, and or in some cases deleted. So we'll just have to kind of see how it pans out. At this point, though, I can just say that there is no evidence at this time that the other individuals had any indication that a manslaughter was going to take place. The alleged conspiracy here was just to rough up and beat up the victim, and that was it. And so the fact that the individual ended up allegedly being stabbed by Mr. Adamski in the back of the car, I think it's probably safe to say allegedly surprised a number, if not all, of the other participants in this crime. So again, just to be clear, these are just allegations, they are accusations. All 6 of these defendants are presumed innocent until found guilty. And like I said before, we will go forward now with the investigation, continue it. But again, I can't thank the detective sergeant and captain enough, and the entire Hamburg Police Department for all that they did late Saturday evening, early Sunday morning, and all day yesterday in putting together the pieces to this puzzle and being able to have arrest and arraignment today, less than 48 hours later in Hamburg Town Court. Questions? Why is this a manslaughter for Adamski and not a straight-up murder charge after the stabbing? Yeah, right now, again, that is the evidence that we have right now, that the manslaughter charge is defined as an intent to cause serious physical injury that results in the death. So the evidence that we have right now is that the intent, the alleged intent, was to cause serious physical injury and not death. But again, it resulted in death. That may change, though.
You seem to without saying, exactly why they did it, is it fair to say that this appears to be a case of vigilante justice?
Well, again, I'm not going to say that. Anytime, though, that you have individuals who are involved in trying to beat someone up because they have a reason for it, may get into that realm there, just hypothetically and theoretically, but I'm not going to specifically say it was vigilante justice at this time.
In court today, Mr. Haggerty described it as an act of revenge. Is that safe to go with?
Again, it's safe to go with what he said in court. I am not going to reiterate that, though, at this time. But whatever Mr. Haggerty said in court, feel free to report that, and that is accurate.
Who called the police?
Again, I'm not going to comment on that.
Can you comment on the premeditated aspect of this and the planning involved?
Like, again, the alleged planning aspect of this was just to kind of rough him up, just to beat him up.
Well, what's the relationship between these individuals?
All 6 of the individuals charged today were friends. The relationship with the victim is still under investigation.
You seem to have a pretty good idea how this went down. Were they recording this with cameras, cell phones? Was there video evidence?
Yeah, again, I have a good idea of how it went down because of the great work these 2 did and their police department. Again, I can't specifically comment on what I have, but yeah, I have a pretty good idea about what went down here based upon their work.
Stephen, we were told by one of the female defendants' moms that there was an incident that took place with her daughter prior to this, and that's what led to his death. Can you comment on that?
I cannot. I cannot at this time comment on that. I not only believe they can't comment on it, but I'm not going to either confirm or deny it either, though.
Was there any criminal investigation into anything dealing with the victim prior to this?
I can't comment on that as well.
There are a lot of tears in the courtroom from the girls today. I mean, example of maybe hanging around with the wrong people or getting in with the wrong crowd, or I think in reality.
Yeah. Again, you know, these girls and guys now are facing some serious criminal charges, and you know, that reality again probably played out in court this afternoon.
Allegedly, a police dispatcher heard the defendants talking amongst themselves, making threats against this witness.
Okay.
Is any truth to that?
Again, if you note, I did not mention anything about a witness here in my presentation. So again, I'm not going to confirm or deny any witnesses out there. But I can say that anything that an employee of the town of Hamburg picked up and has been passed to me, on to me, is being investigated.
Which of the two men landed the punch?
Allegedly, Connor.
And the victim was from Boston.
The victim is 25-year-old from Boston, New York. Yes, ma'am.
And the 6 suspects, are they from New York?
There, Mr. Adamski is from the village of Hamburg. All 5 are from the village of Hamburg, except Larissa Smith is from the town of Hamburg. The other 4 are from the village of Hamburg.
Can you say why the victim was in this area at all?
Allegedly, one or more of these individuals lured him to the area.
So they went all the way to Boston to lure this person?
Again, I'm not going to say where at this time, I'm not going to say where the exact encounter was, where they joined forces. But at some point, the victim, got into the car with the 3 girls.
So it was just one punch, and then he went to the car, and then the stabbing.
Yes.
The judge mentioned that Adamski had 2 prior felony convictions. Do you have information on that?
I can't comment on that at all. Yeah, I'm precluded from commenting on any prior criminal matters that any defendants have.
Where was the wound?
Multiple stab wounds in the groin area.
So what would change the charge from manslaughter to murder? Do you have to wait for an autopsy for that?
The autopsy is part of it. You know, further investigation would also be part of it. I can answer your question this way without getting into too much detail in this case right here, but just regularly, a law school answer, I would need to prove intent to murder in the car, vice intent to cause serious physical injury that resulted in murder. So it's a matter of intent. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
know you're on the cusp of this investigation, but could you see any mitigating factors playing into charges in the future?
I can't see that right now. I can answer that question with, I think you know me, I have an open mind, and I will keep my eyes open and have an open mind going forward on anything that's brought to my attention.
And sorry, was there anyone else in the car when the stabbing happened?
Allegedly, no.
Okay, but were they able to see what was happening in the car?
Again, I can't comment on that.
So he went in the car, did he go in the back seat and Adamski followed him into the?
You know, I don't want to get into specific areas of the car, because, again, that's evidence that I got to present at trial, and I want to try the case now here.
Any other questions?
You know? Okay, thanks, guys.